with Pilsen especially, let's pull up a strat sketch, because a lot of people don't seem to understand Pilsen. To me, Pilsen doesn't even need to be redone. It's a really well-balanced map, in my opinion. And it's a really good map. It plays very much like Ensk. It's just people don't understand how to play the map, and then they think the map's designed poorly. And that's not actually true. The reality is, you just don't know how to play the map. So, Pilsen is a cool little map. Let's pull this over here and take a game to Reno here. So, what we're talking about is basically, when you see your forces stack up in this portion of the map, basically, or this portion of the map, what this does, if you just look at where you can shoot into, your firing arc is basically from here, like this, right? Come on, connect you. There we go. And then from this side, it's basically the same, right? You can basically just do the same thing. So really, this is one part of the picture, okay? In like a clan war scenario, what you would do is anchor. Possibly like at tier 10, you'd be anchoring with E5s. You could anchor with T32s. And what you do is you anchor here, and you force the opposing team to like stop, basically, right? Let's delete those guys because this can get confusing. Actually, let's just do what they did wrong on that map first, and then we can go over how to play the map. So what they did wrong was they controlled the middle portion of the map, and then they stacked up their heavies through here, and then they pushed some TDs through here, right? With, whatever else, and they had a TD up here, which doesn't matter. And then they had a SPG back here, and then a TD here, ish, and then they had some light tanks back in here, which were useless. So basically what we see here, and when we go through this, we'll just ping it out. So by stacking up on this corner, and only putting like 2 or 3 tanks in the back here, what you're allowing the enemy to do is push up through this area. And through here, you see these roads. There's this elevation change in here and through here. And if you've ever seen me play this map from the north, one of the things I'll do is I'll roll out here with a medium. I'll get up onto this ridge right here. I'll try to catch people through here and up and through here and delete them. So basically, you're allowing, by playing here and playing here, you're allowing the enemy to play up to here. They get to clear this portion of the map, then they push up, then they clear this portion of the map and this portion of the map. And now they have these ridges to work from. And they can work from these ridges and pressure you, and you're out in the open here. It's just a giant death corridor. And these areas exist on this map. Here, through here as well, this is a death corridor. So basically what you're seeing here is people stacking in wide open fields, if you will, wide open fields, and being able to get shot from all angles. So what happens is, people push through here, they've won the eastern side of the map, now they can use these ridges to fight from. They are able to put pressure onto the enemy here, that was stacked up here, now these guys start panicking, so what's the standard reaction when you start getting shot? Is to back up. Well, when you back up, there's nothing to hide behind in this area, so you're just backing up into open space. And while you're backing up from this corner, or what this corner if you're going this way, what happens is people will swing in through the north through here, and now they have another angle onto you. So this is why this area is very dangerous to just stay and anchor in. This is not where you anchor the map. So if you ever see your team stacked up here, like stacked up right here, and they stack up here, and these guys aren't moving, and they're just staying stationary, you have people back here, this is giving up the eastern side. And then they are able to control basically the cap and their cap from this entire side of the map, because this has the higher elevation on the map. So this is high elevation on the map, and as you go to the west, the map grades down, okay? So this is the lowest elevation point on the map, is over on the hard west. And the west is a good place to basically just cause havoc or do a quick rotation through to the red lines on either side of the map and take another angle into the enemy. But these guys didn't flex that way. What they did was they pushed through death corridor here, and then they continued to push, and they pushed into this building right here into this factory right here, and they pushed onto this wall. So what you'll hear me say on this map is never get caught in this area, never get caught in this area, and never be stationary in here trying to fight from here, because you really can't control the map from these 3 spots, and it's pretty much suicide to stay in this area anyways. The mistake their heavies made when they played forward is when they played forward, they played into the bombed out manager's office right here, and then they just stopped. And what they did was they allowed our TDs, we played here, the Ag Tiger played here, the Scorpion Jeep basically just played bumper tag with us the entire game, and then our heavies were holding this corner. So they hit this, and then they tried to come this way. Our heavies were on this corner, they couldn't push out. Okay, now our Ag Tiger comes from here. The medium tries to cut through here, can't do that. So in your mind, what you should be saying to yourself is, I can't go this way, I can't go that way. Where should have I gone? What you should have done is come down this way. Because with the AT-15, you knew they had support down this line. So even if I had poked, and their T-34 technically made the right play, but the medium here sort of let them down. The Mod 1 didn't challenge the Yak Tiger when he was challenging the T-34. That was the biggest issue. But the play was to come through the west here and to work this corner and clear this area, because this is a death line area as well. Even though we were playing it, the reason why we were able to play it was the T-34 wasn't challenging us. Had the T-34 continued to challenge us, and if he had the Mod 1's help, we would have been SOL, 100%. We would have been dead. And same with the Scorpion G. So, that's how you play Pilsen. Lowest side of the map, highest side of the map. And just like Abby, the highest side of the map controls the cap, highest side of the map controls the cap, and the caps are the objectives win the game, and if you're able to control the objectives, all it takes is one tank to sit on cap, and people will start panicking and pulling off the lines, and then the rest of your team flexes in and cleans up the people who aren't paying attention to the objectives, and then the people playing to the objectives who are playing technically correct to play to the objectives get caught out because now they're split forces, right? So that's how Pilsen plays. And you should never really find yourself here, here, here. Stacking up here, if you have the flexing force on this corner and you have control of your factory, you can play through here. But the minute you lose your factory, you either have to play in aggressively like we did. We played in aggressively. We deleted the T-34, then played in behind the Yak Tiger and worked on the Yoho. You don't just stay stationary. You either play into your factory and regain your factory with your team, or you abort, get up into here, and play in a very safe, high elevation position to shoot into the enemy. So that's the idea with Pilsen. We did alright. That